Hey, welcome back. I'm Jake with Broadway Home Medical, and today we're going to be going over the GoChair from Pride Mobility, so stay tuned. Hey, welcome back. The GoChair from Pride Mobility is one of the most tried and tested compact power chairs on the market. It's been out for several years. It's got a really good reputation, and it's got a lot of neat features that's going to make having a small, comfortable power chair that you can travel with very easy and convenient for you. Let's go ahead and get into those. So first off, this is the newest version of the GoChair, so we do have the new upgraded joystick here. It's very easy to operate. We've got a little power button here to turn it on. You've got your battery meter here, nice bright lights to let you know where you're at with your charge. As always, we recommend not letting your battery get down into the red. Make sure we start charging it before we get to that point so we do not damage the batteries. We've got a horn button here. And then we have these little plus and minus buttons, which these are going to control your top speed setting. So obviously when we have one light up, we're on the slow side. Hit the plus, get all the lights lit up, and now you're on your top speed setting. So underneath the joystick, we do have our charging port. This does take a standard XLR charger, just like most power chairs, power scooters. This does have seal lead acid battery, so just make sure we're using a seal lead acid charger to go with it. I'm going to swing around the side here. We do have some pretty nice padded arms. These are height adjustable. There is a little set screw right here that we can loosen to adjust the height of the arms. You can also adjust the angle of the arm with this bolt right here. So if you want them to sit slightly at an angle up or down, you can adjust this bolt accordingly to raise or lower the actual angle of the arm, or use it to level the arms out if when you get yours, the arms are not sitting level. On the back here, they are width adjustable. We have this little pin that you pull out, and then a thumb screw that you loosen, and that'll allow you to adjust the width of the arm. It does have a little pouch on the back here that we can use to carry some small items with us. A lot of times we do see people travel with their chargers back here, which I think is always a good idea to make sure you have your charger handy. We do have the standard receiver port on the back here that allows us to plug in like a rear basket. There's cane holders, walker holders, oxygen tank holders if you're on oxygen that you can plug in here, just to make it a little bit easier to carry some of those items with you. We do have some reflector stickers here. These are just the stickers, aren't actually a light that lights up, but they will allow for people to see you if you are driving at night. Anti-tip wheels. This little thing right here, I get asked this quite often what these are for. This little spot right here, actually you can pull this little cap off, and they do sell like mobility flags that you can put in there. Basically big flags with like that are usually in a bright orange that allow people to be able to see you a little bit easier. Then we have our neutral levers here. Basically we have our D and our N, so just like most mobility devices, if you get stuck or you get to a point where you need to push your chair, just pop both of these down to disengage your motors, and that allows you to push the chair, frees up the wheels. Just make sure we do pop these back into drive when we get ready to go again. Otherwise, you're gonna get an error code when you power on your chair. So we have this here in the 18-inch seat, the standard seat. And these do come with little storage compartments underneath the seat on both sides that allow you to store some small items. You can order this in an upgraded seat. We'll put those up on the screen so you can get a visual on what those look like. The upgraded seats do not come with the storage compartment, so that is something to keep in mind. The seat does swivel as well. This one has a swivel lever in the front, just so it doesn't get in the way of those two storage compartments. And this will swivel a full 360 degrees. But you need to be careful with that because we do have our joystick cable that runs down from the joystick to the base, and you won't want to swing that around too much. Otherwise, you're going to stretch that joystick cable and potentially damage that. On the front here, we have our battery box. Underneath this little rubber flap here, we do have another charging port, so you can charge these batteries off of the unit. Then we have our breaker switch here, so we get a power surge. If you overload it with weight or just drive through some thick grass, you do have a potential for popping that breaker. Good indicator is if you have everything hooked up correctly and you get no power when you turn the joystick on. This is always the first place I tell people to check, just to make sure that button's not popped out. And if it is, just pop it back in and you should be good to go. We have this here in the yellow. It does come in several other colors. We'll put those up on the screen as well so you can see what options are available. Comes standard with a safety belt too. And as far as traveling with this chair, it does disassemble pretty easily, and we're going to go over that here real quick. So first thing you're going to want to do is trace this wire on your joystick back down onto the back. If you want to come over here so we can get a shot of that. Basically, we're just going to follow this wire down and find where it connects to the base. There is just a little quick disconnect here. Just push down on this little tab, and then we can pull that out. Always kind of tuck that back underneath the seat. From here, we can fold the seat back down. In order to take the seat off, it makes it easier if we pop out both of these storage trays. So I can get on this side so I can get underneath it. And then from here, we're just going to lift straight up on the seat, and it comes right off. From here, we have our battery pack. There's a little handle on the top. I find it easiest if you kind of put your palm down on the seat post and then lift up. We set that aside. Then you can split your frame apart. There's a little handle right here we're going to lift up on, and that allows us to split the front and the rear sections apart from each other. So from here, we've got 4 pieces that make this really manageable, and so it's easy to store it in the trunk of a car, cargo area of an SUV or van, and that way you're not having to lift the entire weight of the power chair up all at once. As far as putting it back together, it's pretty simple. We're just going to follow those steps in reverse. Pride makes it really easy. They put these little green indicator lines on the rear and front section. So we're basically just going to take this and then line those back up. And if you get this lined up correctly, it should just snap right in place. We're going to put our battery pack back in, and this just sits down in that tray. And now we're going to reattach our seat. And to do this, always try to hold this up so I can see where the seat post is at. Just line that back up. Pop it down in place. Put little storage compartments back in. And then we're going to connect our joystick cable. And now we're ready to go on our next adventure. All right, so after that, I think we're ready to take this thing for a test drive, see it handle how it handles in our store and also in the parking lot. So stay tuned for that. All right, about ready to take this thing for a test drive here. All right, so first impressions. I'm about 6 foot tall and roughly 200 pounds, and we got the 18-inch seat here. This does fit me really well. It's actually pretty comfortable. Got good cushion and good padding to it. So we're going to test this thing out and see how it does inside our store here. We've got this running at about half speed, and I'm not going quite full throttle with it. That's one thing that's nice about power chairs with joysticks. They are pressure sensitive, so if you don't push it forward all the way, you're not going to go full speed. And this thing is very responsive. I do like the new joystick with the knob the way they have this set. It's a lot more ergonomic, I think, and easier to kind of direct the chair where you want it to go. The nice thing about these chairs too is you can hook a programmer up to these and get in here and kind of fine-tune the sensitivity on them. You can increase the acceleration, decrease the acceleration, sensitivity. There's a lot of adjustments that can be made with these joysticks. So this chair does handle extremely well, and as you can see, we have no issues maneuvering it through our store here. I'm going to head up here and take this thing outside and see how it does out here in the parking lot. So, nice thing about these is compared to a scooter as well is you can actually get up closer to a door to, push the button if it has those automatic doors to get the door open so you can get out. Oh. This chair does not have suspension, but just kind of going down through the little ramp there on our sidewalk is really, really smooth, and even going through the cracks on the parking lot here, it's a pretty smooth ride. One thing I think we forgot to mention earlier, and we'll throw the full specs up on the screen here, but this does have a 300-pound weight capacity. Top speed on it's not going to be too fast. It's going to be a good, walking pace. So, and we're going to take it over here, just kind of test it out and see how it does in the grass over here. So it's not too wet out today, so hopefully we don't get stuck. But these are not really designed for off-road driving, but as you can see, this really has no problem at all handling this grass here. I think as long as you're not going through anything too thick or too wet, going to the park, the soccer fields, the ball fields, probably won't have any issues with that. So, but overall, these are really nice chairs and really a comfortable ride. Gonna bring it up over here by our sign and kind of give you guys our final thoughts here. So I'm gonna turn it up to full speed and just see how fast it does go. Again, we're not going to go too fast with this thing, but it's not really designed for racing. It's not designed for getting you to places you need to go. Being a rear-wheel drive chair, I mean, it still does turn really sharp, as you can see. We're basically doing full 360s and on a dime here. So, I mean, overall, GoChair is an excellent option. As I mentioned before, this has been out for quite a while. They did just enhance this with the new joystick and a couple other seating options. But, Pride, it's a real good quality products. And if you're looking for something that's small, easy to maneuver indoors and outdoors, something you can disassemble easy to transport and travel with, I definitely think the Pride GoChair is worth a hard look. So, as always, we appreciate you watching. We hope you learned something. If you did, please like and subscribe for more content, and we'll catch you next time.